Hi, this is Rob Hanley with the Durham Duplicate Bridge Club on Tuesday, March the 28th for the 399er game. We have two hands for you today. The first one is number 8. Artists open a club. I have 14 high card points. I have a 4-card major. I happen to have a nice 6-card club fit with my partner's clubs. Majors score more than minors, so I'm going to mention the hearts first. So a partner has raised to 2 hearts. This is a minimal raise, and that shows a minimal hand. So that would be 11 to 14 high card points with 4 hearts. Nothing to write home about. While I do have 14 points and we appear to have a double fit of some sort in hearts and clubs, 14 and 14 is 28. It's unlikely that we're going to make 6. So I think I'm just going to jump to game in hearts. All right, so let's do the quick tally we always do. It looks like I could have a heart loser. I'm missing the ace of spades and the ace of diamonds. That's 3 of them. And it looks like, unless the club lead gets roughed, that I'm going to have 6 clubs. So the contract looks fairly safe, unless there's a club rough. So I'm going to start by letting that club right around to my hand. Not that it made much difference. The good news is that I know the clubs have split no worse than 3-1. Now, when you have a big side suit and a fit with the dummy, in this case clubs, you need to draw the trump as quickly as possible when they lead that suit because somebody's short. So while I might ordinarily have played the ace of hearts and then finessed east for the queen, in this case, I'm not going to do that. I'm planning to cash my ace and king of hearts. And if necessary, I'll just let them have their queen of hearts if the hearts split, and I'll just start running my clubs. And that way I can be sure that nobody's going to get a rough, and I'll make the contract. Now, I am going to play the king of hearts from my side first rather than small to the ace, because I'm thinking West is probably short in clubs because they led the 10. Like they led the suit. Why would they lead the suit? And that East will be long in clubs, so there's more chance that West is long in trump. So I'm going to play the king in case East shows up with stiff queen, in which case I could finesse West for the 10 of hearts. Or if the 10 shows up on my right again, I could finesse West for the queen of hearts. So king it is. That's a pretty big card with the 10. And another one towards my ace. Oh, and there's the queen. Well, isn't that good news? So the trump have split 3-2. The 10 is the only outstanding one. I'm just going to draw it. Actually, the 10 already dropped. What am I saying? And now I'm just going to start running my clubs because they're all good. And now I'm going to get 3 pitches on my 3 winning clubs. So I'm going to discard those 3 diamonds. It really doesn't matter which of the whether I pitch the spades or the diamonds. So I'm just going to start with the diamonds. Now, of course, I need to play my queen of spades in order to set up a spade winner and let them have the race. And it's looking like the rest of the tricks are going to be mine. Okay, so a couple of things now that we can see all 4 hands. Obviously, I'm not making 6 because I'm missing 2 aces. And something else to consider is that without a club lead, I probably would have played the ace of hearts from the dummy and then finessed east for the queen, which would have lost to West. So I would have actually lost 2 aces and the queen of hearts. It was that club lead that made me play the hearts from the top, which actually cost them that finesse. Interesting. All right, well, we're going to pause while we change directions for the second hand. Hi, we're back, this time with hand number 12. Pass on my right, and I have a pretty boring minimum flat hand. I'm going to start with 1 diamond. Partner's bit of spade. Now, I have a choice of bids at this point. I could rebid 2 diamonds, or I could bid 1 no trump. The one thing I have to be careful not to do is to bid 2 hearts. 2 hearts would be reverse. That would promise an unbalanced hand, which I kind of don't have, and it would promise 18 to 21 high card points, which I definitely don't have. And so 2 hearts is out. So I have to choose between 2 diamonds and 1 no trump. Given the overall balanced nature of the hand and the fact that I do have 4 hearts, even if they're not particularly good, I'm actually going to choose 1 no trump. And not to lose sight of the fact that no trump scores more than diamonds, and that's just another reason. All right, it looks like we found the contract of 3 no trump. So here we go. Partner has a nice hand for me. They've got the help I need in hearts as well. All right, so a club has been led. Clearly, I'm going to play a small one, but let's do a quick tally of how many tricks, how many winners I have. It looks like I have 3 spades and 2 hearts is 5. And on the lead, I have 1 club is 6 and a diamond rather, is 7. So I need to find 2 more tricks. So let's keep this simple and just play a small club and see what the West Robot plays. Okay, so that's a little unexpected. So what do we know when the West Robot rises with the queen? The simple answer is they don't have the 10. Because if they had the queen and the 10, they would have tucked the 10 in when I did not play the jack from the dummy. So that means that the East Robot on my left started with the 10 of hearts. Do they have the ace? I'm not sure. Or clubs, rather. Clubs. Not sure. So I'm going to win this. And I'm going to bear in mind that later on, I may be able to set up an extra trick by finessing the East Robot on my left for the 10 of clubs. So back to the original plan. Let's make 3 no trump. I'm going to want to finesse probably twice in diamonds. So I'm going to start by playing a heart to the king. And I'm going to play the 8 of diamonds. And I'm going to let it ride. Except when they cover with the jack. So I'm going to take the queen here. That's fine. Free finesse. That held the trick. So that's good news. I have some options here on how I continue. It looks like the West Robot also has the king of diamonds, but I need to be a little careful about how I do this because I need to be able to get back to the dummy and back to my hand in order to catch all these tricks. So what I need to be careful about doing is not locking myself out of one of the hands, and the most important one is going to be my hand for those diamonds if I set them up. So I'm actually going to play another heart. Whoa, and East has shown out. So that means that West started with one hell of a lot of hearts, including the queen. All right, let's try that finesse again. And we'll put the 9 in. All right, so far so good. So let's play the ace of diamonds. Okay, that's good news. I'm going to discard a spade. And there's the king. Now my diamonds are good. This is looking pretty good at this point. I'm going to discard a club there. And I have to decide whether or not I want to discard a heart is for sure. I have to see whether I want to make that 10 of spades. There are no more diamonds in the east hand. On my left, there are no more hearts in the east hand. So I'm fairly safe. He can't get to his partner's hand. So I'm going to play that 9 of clubs. Okay, there we go. So I've got the extra trick. Now I can let that around to my hand, play the spade, and the last 2 tricks are mine. All right, so once again, I actually took 12 tricks. I certainly wouldn't want to be in that contract. It took the king and jack of diamonds to be onside and the diamonds splitting. In retrospect, I think towards the end there, when I decided to play the 9 of clubs towards the jack 8 and the dummy, that might have been a little bit dangerous because if the West Robot on my right actually had the ace of clubs and the East Robot on my left had just led from a bunch to the 10, I actually would have lost the club and then a whole bunch of hearts. So it's a bit of a concern. I don't think it's a huge risk in that if West had ace, queen, 5, the right play for them is to play the ace and then the queen rather than putting in the queen first. Would be kind of strange, but even still. All right, managed to take 12 tricks. I'm happy. We'll see you next time. Thanks.